A visit to the countryside centre and the railway museum has interest for all the family. We've got something for grandmas and granddads, mums and dads, and of course our most important visitors, the kids. The 290-year-old barn is named after George Wright, who had the vision to lead the trustees to relocate the building when the Channel Tunnel was built. In here are all sorts of craft activities which can be enjoyed whenever George's barn is open.
Wear something, actually the colours are beautiful, aren't they? Is it tall enough? Or we can put it into wood. Yeah. I've been invited to one in Folkestone, but that was at night and I didn't really want to turn up.
He likes all sorts. Not anymore.
Outside the barn, visitors can enjoy the fresh country air and see a large collection of tools and implements which used to work the land in this area. The large garden is often home to exhibitions and activities. We aim to put on events with an educational angle so that learning takes place at the same time as having fun. These are always aimed at our younger visitors to encourage development. In the loft space inside the barn, regular art classes for young people take place with a different project for each meeting. These folks are encouraged to express themselves through art and have even sketched a dancing troupe. A short stroll from the barn, we find the fascinating Railway Museum, a must for sons and dads. This is full of memorabilia from the days of steam, when the Elham Valley line ran between Canterbury and Folkestone from 1884 until 1947. Dads can only watch with envy as the young folk can take a ride on a 5-inch gauge model loco. There is much to see and enjoy with a full-size replica of a 1930s railway station. This is the memorabilia that people donate to you, is it?
Yes. Bits and pieces that they sort of come down, and my father used to work on the railway sort of thing, you know, can you make use of this?
Housed within this museum is a model layout of the Elham Valley line, together with a scale layout built by Eurotunnel showing the Folkestone terminal. New features are always being added for everyone to enjoy. The Tangled Trail is both educational and fun, with plenty for youngsters to get involved with. It is a safe and exciting nature pass linking from the countryside centre to the railway museum. Mr. Mole is keeping an eye on how things are taking shape. Only the other day he sent a message from his home deep underground for us to pass on to you.
Hi kids. This is Mr. Mole with the Wildlife Working Party. I want you to know we are helping the humans to do a really good job for you all to enjoy. See you all soon. Love from Mr. Mole.
Different items are being added all the time to this area, including the mountain log cabin, a working well, and the retired passenger carriage from the Lees lift in Folkestone. All this is in addition to the ponds and rivers already alive with wildlife. Annie Begley and Clive Nutman have been working with the team at the barn to develop the Tangled Trail. Annie is on the creative side and Clive developing the flora and fauna.
Right, so if you could explain to me again why we're going to call it the Tangled Bank, please.
It goes way back to Charles Darwin, who lived in Kent, but North Kent, on a chalk downland, chalk grassland site. And he took inspiration from this tangled bank with all the various flowers and insects and birds and animals that were living on that bank. And it was one of the sources of inspiration for him for writing the origin of species. There's a really sort of tangled web of different interactions going on.
So it's a completely natural
Yes.
place.
Yes, and the reason that I felt that the Tangled Bank would be a good idea here is that we have a natural bank,
Yes.
albeit the railway embankment just lent itself perfectly to maybe trying to restore a little bit of chalk grassland.
Yeah.
But then also when they built the trail, I think that's where you came in with the Tangled Trail idea.
Yes, well the Tangled Trail will be eventually 18 sculptures.
Mm-hmm.
And I've created some of them.
Mm-hmm.
And jigsaw pieces to match up with them. So I'd like to show you how far I've got with those.
Annie has been making larger-than-life models of all the creatures you will find around the trail. At the moment they live in the comfort of the barn, ready to be put out on the trail when Mr. Mole and his helpers have done all of their work. Another important task is to make sure that the giant jigsaw fits together.
Just want to show you this really basic outline of the area behind the barn. I've tried to mark out where we're going to position each of the sculptures, which are 18 of them, and the jigsaw pieces will be positioned all the way around the outside of the map,
Right.
and then numbers will indicate where each one is to be positioned.
Okay.
But then that will link in with some worksheets that we'll give to young people.
For activities at each sculpture site.
So
Yeah.
and the information that you gave about each species would be on work cards
Right.
with this kind of image on the outside that we can use as postcards and
Everything
information.
links in together. Yeah. Great.